Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Today is Wednesday, May 23rd, 2018. This will be vlog number 141. And, once again, you ain't gonna see my face today. Time for some more God of War footage. Might as well. Now, God of War has nothing to do with what I'm talking about this morning. And that is, Solo. A Star Wars story. So, I did mention about this, a few times before. Solo comes out tomorrow, Thursday night, for the midnight showings. But I'm not going to see it till this weekend, which is odd for me because I've been, for the last 3 movies that have come out, I kind of made it a point. I'm like, you know what? I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I want to, I want to break my rule of not seeing movies the first day, and I will see these movies on opening night. Only for Star Wars movies. And that's what I've done for Force Awakens, for Rogue One, and for The Last Jedi. I'd gotten, off of work that night. Yeah. So I've been watching, all the movies opening night. Got off work, got my tickets early, and, plan to go with a bunch of friends. And I make it an event of it. I'm probably, of all my friends, I'm like the most excited of all of them, probably. But that's doesn't matter to me. I watch it because I want to watch them. I don't care if they get that much enjoyment out of it. But as long as I'm with people, that's fine. I'll go see it with myself if I really want to. But for this one, for Solo. First of all, it's too soon. The Last Jedi only came out in December, and here it is May. It's not just 6 months later. Another Star Wars movie. Are we just going to get, a rapid pace of Star Wars content coming out like this? If so, I think that dilutes it. People are just super excited for Force Awakens coming out, because it's been years since there was any Star Wars things coming out. But now, if it's becoming like a regular thing, it ceases becoming special. You know what I mean? I know, of course, movie making, like it always has been, especially for big movies, has been about making money. You want to grab that cash when you can, but unfortunately, and this has been proven time and time again, that when you try to go for a cash grab, sometimes you'll stumble. Oftentimes you'll stumble. In fact, the possibility of you stumbling is higher. Look at all those movies that you could look back to that have a problem of what they call sequelitis. Now, way back in the day, in the old days of movie making, you rarely got a sequel to anything. You got maybe a couple of remakes here and there. Like, how many times have they remade a mummy movie or vampire or Dracula or something? But for the most part, you never really got sequels to things. I think sequels became kind of a thing when, someone got the idea of horror movies and the horror movie franchises. That probably came about in the 70s and 80s. Now there were movies before that they got kind of sequels, probably in the 60s you got I don't know, cop movies and stuff like that. But it wasn't really a thing for a long time. But now, all of a sudden, especially in the 80s, there are so many movies done in the 80s that they were like, you know what? The first movie was really good, made us a lot of money. Let's go and make another movie. Make a sequel, a direct sequel. lot of times those sequels sucked ass. But a lot of times that didn't even stop them. They just went and made a third one, just to try to, they try to capitalize on it, while strike while the penny's hot or something. Now, making sequels has worked out great for Star Wars. Back when the first Star Wars movie came out, George Lucas, he just wrote the story kind of not knowing if it was going to be successful. He just wanted to make a movie that he wanted to make. He wanted to make a space western. That's what he wanted to make. He wanted to take all his, prior, film influences and kind of put them together in a movie, and we got Star Wars. Because when it became really popular, he had to kind of go, let's see if I can make another one and try to continue off of, the first movie. People obviously love this world of Star Wars that I created. Let's continue. So we did. That was extremely successful. We did it again. And there we have it. We have 3 movies that were all really successful. But here's another thing that they did. After the first Star Wars movie came out, they started to go, we seem to see that a lot of kids love this movie. And that's what George Lucas made it for, really. He wanted to make a tale that he made him feel like a kid again. Because he remembered as a kid, looking at the old, Buck Rogers serials. And those are for kids. Kids love that stuff. So he made Star Wars for the 12-year-old in all of us. And so what do 12-year-olds also like? They like toys. They started to go, let's see if we can make some toys and see if kids will buy them. And they bought them in droves. They became a merchandising powerhouse. So that has become now kind of the mantra for Star Wars is, let's see what kind of, unique creatures and characters and spaceships and, all kinds of things that we can make that we can merchandise. Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made, So that's what Star Wars is made for. Star Wars is made for children who buy toys. Not made for the fans. So, I'm getting to my main point here. A lot of people, online especially, rant and rave and then hem and haw and freaking lose their shit over the state of Star Wars right now. The direction that Star Wars is going. And a lot of them are angry about it. A lot of them did not like. Some of them maybe did not like the Force Awakens. They had their criticisms. But a lot of them really didn't like The Last Jedi. So a lot of them are crying for that, Disney is killing Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy, who was heading up the Lucasfilm division, that she's killing Star Wars. You're all wrong. You know who's killing Star Wars? Star Wars fanboys. Butthurt fanboys who think that these movies owe them something. That they are owed certain storylines, some certain plot lines. They're owed movies that cater to them and them alone. When all Star Wars is really meant to do is to cater to the 12-year-olds and to sell toys and to make money. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's true. I say this as a Star Wars fan. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. But I also say that as someone who liked The Force Awakens, who liked The Last Jedi, who liked Rogue One, even though even at the time I'm like, this story is unnecessary. So, you fucking fanboys, you people are ruining Star Wars because you're all very toxic. You're all making it extremely difficult to, talk about what you love about Star Wars. Because as soon as you go into, now that we have the internet, we've had the internet for a long time. Back in the day, people can get, that wants to talk about Star Wars. They jump onto, Star Wars forums and stuff, and they start talking about why they like Star Wars, and they start kind of crafting, their own thoughts and lore and theories about Star Wars, and they get really into it. That's all fine and dandy, but right now, almost on anything that comes up about Star Wars nowadays, you have this divide of extremely vocal, and I want to say extremely vocal minority of people who are absolutely hating, this current trilogy of Star Wars movies. Now, the reasons may be many. I can't talk. The reasons may be many, and some of them may be valid. But on an aggregate, the people who are disliking Star Wars right now, or who are saying bad things about it, or just straight up being haters, you people are the minorities. The squeaky hinge gets the oil. You know what I mean? You're minorities, but you're extremely vocal. I have to hand it to you that you're vocal, but look at the sales numbers. People go see Star Wars. People are going to see people are going to go see Solo. You're gonna see a huge box office for it, especially this weekend because it's Memorial Day weekend. People are off of work, kids are out of school, especially kids now out of school. A lot of kids, summer vacation started for a lot of kids. And you're going to see huge box office numbers. Maybe not to the, numbers of Avengers Infinity War or even Deadpool. Because those movies are also going to probably, cut into Star Wars' profit line a little bit. But it's going to be a success. Flat out. There's no... there's no two ways about it. It's going to be successful. So, all you fucking fanboys out there doing #boycott Solo, you're just spinning your wheels. You ain't doing shit. You're going to be the handful of people who are not going to see it this weekend. And, you might go on, YouTube and make your own fucking videos and, cry about what, why you hate Star Wars, or why you hate the current state of Star Wars, why you hate Kathleen Kennedy, why you hate Rian Johnson, why you hate J.J. Abrams, why you think they're abandoning their fans. Now there is one argument to be made that I kind of somewhat agree with, is that they go, well, hey, look what the other Disney franchise that's really successful. And that was the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's extremely successful. And they're extremely successful because they are listening to the fans. They're very in tune with the fans. Now, at the same rate, they're successful because they listen to the fans, but also because they make good movies. They make entertaining movies. They make movies that have heart. They make movies that make you laugh. They make movies that are visually, beautiful. They make movies that have interesting characters. They make movies that beloved characters that people know. Now, all this is true about the DC universe. That they have interesting characters and stuff, but they don't do any of that stuff. That's why their movies aren't as good as, they don't do as good as Marvel movies, because they don't make interesting characters. They don't make movies fun. They don't do any of that stuff. Wonder Woman was fun. Wonder Woman was entertaining. The other DC movies, not so much. That's why Wonder Woman is the best of the few, DC cinematic universe that you got. But at the same time, also, the Marvel movies are successful because of, not only their fan base, and that they do listen to the fans, but also, they have a lot of fucking kids going and watch those movies. A lot of kids. Yeah, a lot of fans go see it, but a lot of children go see those movies. They go to the store, they buy their Groot toy, they buy Iron Man, and they love it. They might not buy the comic books because, who buys comic books anymore, but the kids buy the toys. The merchandise makes it successful and make it money. Solo, a Star Wars movie, Star Wars story. It's going to be a successful movie this weekend, no matter what you fanboys have to say. You're going to hem and haw, you're going to bitch and moan, you're going to stick a thumb up your ass and cry about it. And you're going to be making videos on YouTube on Monday morning saying, why, oh why, is Solo successful? Why are so many people going to go see this movie? Because nobody cares about your dumbasses. People want to go see Star Wars, and they're going to go see it. So boycott all you fucking want. Just more enjoyment for me because your dumbass is not going to be in the movie theater potentially bitching and moaning in my ear while I'm sitting there with my big bag of popcorn, my soda, enjoying Star Wars. So that's all I have for today. Go enjoy Star Wars this weekend if you want, or not. It's up to you. If you're a butthurt fanboy, go fuck yourselves. You're entitled to your opinion, but a lot of times your opinions are flawed because stupid troll internet reasons. And you're the minorities. No one cares about you. Disney's out there to make money, and that's the bottom line. If you don't realize that, then you're stupid and you don't understand the business of movie making. They're not making films to make films. They're making movies to sell merchandise. That's all for today. Everybody have a good day. I'll talk to y'all later, and love you.
Whoa, what is all this? Where are we?
A mine. And if this claw reaches the summit, our goal is near.